And happy Sunday, everybody, for the final time of 2025 as we welcome you inside the studio. Elisa Blow alongside Jeff Bratt. And, you know, I don't know what's more exciting, opening day or closing day. I guess it depends on your year.
It's like school.
Yeah.
You know, school, well, I was never really excited to go to school, but I was always excited to get out of school. But a lot of people do like going to school. You know, it's a marathon, our season here. You know, it's unlike a lot of other tracks that go for as long as we do. And from the 40-degree temperature in July to what we have here today as well, the ebbs and flows from a weather point of view. And then one thing too, Elisa, that I got to give a lot of people a lot of credit for is just here with the construction being as it was this season, it's been so tough for the horse people to get up as early as they've had to have morning training. So just a big shout out to them.
Yeah, really long days. You're talking about 12-hour, 16-hour days for a lot of our barns, and that will continue up until probably September of next year when we get back onto the EP Taylor turf course. So likely, I would imagine next year, when we do start Thursday and Friday racing, it'll probably be at night, right?
See, I don't know how that's going to work, though, because I think the construction might be done. I think they just might be waiting for the turf to grab, right? So,
okay, I'd be good with that.
Yeah, and we don't know racing dates yet for next season either, so we'll keep an eye on that too. So we'll see. You know, lots of things still to be determined. I mean, obviously, the handle goes a long way in trying to figure out what the ideal post time will be as well.
Well, it's time to put a big bow on it here for our 2025
By the
campaign.
way,
yes, sir.
My friend Elisa got me a fantastic Christmas present yesterday. She got me football socks, and today I have field goals as my socks.
And not just one pair, it's seven days of football socks.
A touchdown worth of socks.
Tell me I don't know.
You're the best.
Tell me I don't know, my work husband. Alrighty, here's how the track played yesterday. Inside was hot, even though it was chilly outside, but 8 out of 10 winners were along the rail.
I think that trend's going to continue today. I don't think it's going to change that much by any means. Favorites had a pretty good day at the office, and if you had speed and you had the inside, boy, that was the path to victory. And look who is the current favorite. Post position number 1, 7-5 in the opener. A first-time star named Yoshi.
All right, what else happened yesterday? Well, we had the La Praviante go yesterday, and really, like we talked about this on the pregame show, we talked about it before race time as well, basically just cut the check to the connections of Hurricane Claire, because she was the standout in the field.
Yeah, she was, and you know, she's been facing great stakes company for the majority of her campaign. And remember how poor she ran in her first start of the year? Like, she lost by like 50 lengths. We thought, man, maybe she just doesn't want to do it anymore. But the good news is she got back on the beam yesterday and had a really strong season. They took the blinkers off. Look at her ears right there, too. Like, she is just really focusing on her task. And pretty comfortable winner. War Painter grinds out another second place finish. Lovely check getter along the way, too. But congratulations goes out to everybody involved with Team Hurricane Claire.
Yesterday was a good day for Team Phil Hall. They won 2 races on the program. Cavey Nichols with 2 nice wins on the program. And Fraser Abley with 2 wins on the card as well. And we're going to hear from some of those jocks throughout the day, you know, about what their winter plans are, just so that you can either watch them. And there are some interesting information, some interesting tidbits that they're passing along your way.
Yes, you got the scoop. You are the Larry King of Canadian horse racing. You get the story.
Like Barbara Walters
that's
of horse racing. That's me. Alrighty, let's get started with the handicapping for the final time. Opener on the card. Well, as you said, there is a favorite in here, and it's the horse along the inside, Dale DeRusso's chestnut gelding by the name of Yoshi, who he sends out for Centennial Farms. Now, this is a maiden optional 40. We'll go 3/4 of a mile with just a smaller group. There's 6 to compete in here. And this is the lone first-time starter. The other thing we're seeing today on the program is a trainer that we are not familiar with at all, that being Alistair Sherman, who is going to send out horses in races 1, 2, and 4. They're all for the same owner, and they were all previously trained by Mike Mattini. And we tried to get the scoop on this guy, and we've gone to some of our best sources, but nobody seems to know.
We're going to find out today. And they make an equipment change with that one, proudly Canadian, as the blinkers go on. I do not think this is a very salty 40 in here. For example, Gogo Alexander, who ran for 25 last time out, looks very good in this spot. Finished a very good second and against a McKnight horse named Smoke McLeod. No, the inside runner is a bit of an interesting horse too. This one's bred by a quarter horse jockey, Brian Bell, and his wife, Katie Brown. And this one went through the sale here. Went for about 12.5. American was an RNA, a half to Ramber, who made about $200,000. The thing that kind of interests me though is the race placement here with Yoshi and the rider selection too, because Rafi usually rides a lot for this outfit, but it's going to be Fraser here today. And also the fact they're not wasting any time debuting the horse in for a claiming price, but this barn has been terrific with their young runners so far this season.
And they had Church and State down in Florida yesterday at Gulfstream and kind of got bounced around a little, I thought, in the early stages of the race. But we'll likely see that one competing again. But this barn has enjoyed a very, very good 2025 campaign. Let's go to our next race, which is race number 2 on the card, a 25 claimer, a wide open quarter, going 6.5 furlongs. Okay, this would be like the ultimate for me if Bachelor Pad could win this race, because we know conditioner Norm McKnight is this is the last for him, right? Like,
is this
let
his
me
last
just have a look here.
starter, or is this
McKnight?
It would
he's got a busy day. He's got 2nd, 9th, and 12th.
But this would be appropriate if it was the last winner.
Exactly, exactly, because this is such a cool old dude.
Yeah.
Bachelor Pad, like. Bachelor Pad in race number 2. I know you're seeing the field page for race number 3.
We are doing race 3.
We are doing race number 3. I'm just following the script.
I know.
It says race 2.
Well, Mike on the eggnog, producer Mike.
All right. Well, let's go to the 3rd then, because this was a heartbreaker. I don't remember where you were that day.
I was off that day.
Okay, yeah, because you had worked the Monday, so you got the day off, and Julia Carey was like, okay, everybody, this is how you say this horse's name, Burketto, and we were cheering for this one. What an ugly start. But, you know, it got better.
It did. It got a lot better. Burketto's got a lot of work to do at this portion of the race, and the good news is it will get better. And lost to a first-time starter that I think has got some talent in Voodoo Doll. And here we are right now, and Voodoo Doll's the one right now, kind of in that pocket type of trip. But here comes Burketto. And where's Ryan going to go? And he's trying to figure out, okay, do I split? Do I go the inside? Do I go the outside? What exactly is the best path here? Now he has to wait a little while. Wait. Now we're going to try the inside. Meanwhile, Voodoo Doll gets towards the outside. It looks as if Burketto's going to win it. But the one kind of comes back on. It's almost like that harness move when the horse comes back on and sees that horse. And eventually gets the win over Burketto. Now, the interesting thing that I have found about the dynamics of this upcoming 3rd race is the Ryan Munger factor, because he rode One After Whiskey first time out, and he rode Burketto last time out too. One After Whiskey ran a terrific race first time out, and just lost to a very promising first timer by the name of Yukon Striker, and Burketto ran very well. So this had to be a tough call, I imagine. We have fillies taking on the boys in this spot. We have Eubank, who I thought would have been in the race 1, but maybe helped make this race go, because Eubank looks great for 40. I don't know if the horse is good enough to win against main special weight competition, but you and I have been kind of waiting for this Burketto to get back into this.
Yeah, the only shame of it all is we're not going to get the price that we got last time at all. But that was a tough day in general for Julia Carey, because she had this horse. Sorry, I'm getting the Robert Frog in my throat. Yeah, it's okay. You got to kiss me to get it, Jeff, and that ain't happening. Not even for the holidays.
Hanky-panky.
No hanky-panky. Where was I going with this? Yeah, she had 2 horses that raced on that same card that both got beat dirty noses. Oh, so, you know, I'm sure she's hoping for Burketto to get into the winner's circle here today as well for these connections who name all their horses after different grapes, yeah, for different varietals of wines.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Yeah, no, that's a really strong field there. Good looking group there of 6 for race number 3.
All right, let's go to our next race, which I'm looking at my script says race number 5, so that's where I'm going. 5th race in maiden special weight, going 1 mile and 70 yards, and you don't get a big group here, just 6 to compete. Looks like what's interesting on this one is that Pietro goes to the 1, Tracy Arm, for Sarah Ritchie, and he doesn't ride a ton over there.
Yeah.
He gets off at the 5, Ada Claire, who was second to Piper's Gift in the Glorious Song, and that's a very good frame of reference, and then was in that Voodoo Doll race and the Burketto race that you just showed us. That being said, I went another direction. I went to Heart Tap because you get the Raffi effect as he picks up this horse for Steve Chirkop. And that barn has had a good couple of days. They had a nice winner on Thursday with
Quiet Madalena.
That's right. Quiet Madalena. They had that win yesterday, first start off with a claim with Rock Hard Rose, who went gate to wire. And this one's in a good spot, too.
Yeah, and proven at the distance, which is a massive plus because we're guessing a lot with a lot of these horses, but going around 2 turns. So I think you're kind of on the safe play right now with Heart Tap. And I think they've kind of figured out what she wants to do, and it is go around 2 turns. I am going to land on Ada Claire. We had a pre-race interview with Kevin prior to her running the Glorious Song Stakes, and he was quite high on this horse and finished a very good second. That's why that last race was so disappointing. It was actually in the replay that we just showed you moments ago, and I just thought she was a little bit flat. Now, she stretches out in distance in here. The mare herself, she was a sprinter, but she has produced a route winner to this point. So let's see what Ada Claire is able to do here coming up in race number 5. I think it's 5-2-2-5 to the cows come home in race number 5.
Exactly, and only a smaller group, just 6, that will run in race number 5 on the program. Next spot we're headed towards is race number 8. And this is the optional 40. And this race going 7/8 of a mile. Now, I kind of, well, first of all, Pain Spirit is here for Julia Carey, just keeping on the Julia Carey theme.
She got a huge day today.
Whew, this horse was really quite nice.
You liked that
winning.
horse last time and
Yep.
ran off the screen.
Yep. And then you have Speedy Bear, who ran really well.
Yep.
I think that was the same day. I think Julia had the wild card horse.
She did?
And, yep, and that was that day where she had the 2 dirty noses. Yeah. And then you have, Carnu. You got Blazing Bucaro. You got Philip My Wine with a big question mark. What are we watching?
So we're watching Speedy Bear be a big bully. And what we mean by that is that Ryan Munger said, I am going to make my own room. And, right now we're on the inside, and I think Ryan knows he's got an absolute ton of horse, but how does he get out? He can't get up the rail. He's just waiting. But watch how he gracefully, I'll say, pushes his way towards the outside here, and he's just going to say, get out of my way. Right, coming up right here. This says, get out of my way. And gets through a very narrow opening. And there's Wildcard on the outside. In between horses is Pain Spirits, and now on the rail, this is Speedy Bear, who gets a beautiful draw here today. Can come right back to winning yet again. We saw the Rick Hayashi barn on Cork first time star the other day to have some success. I love horses that are a little bit mean like that and not afraid to be a little bit rude.
Bossy. We would call it overconfidence.
Yes, so I just thought it was a really nice performance courtesy of Speedy Bear. You know what, Elisa? I personally think Philip My Wine's been a bit of a disappointment.
I agree.
I just was expecting a whole lot more than what we've got so far this season from him based on how he looked early on in his career. But he's found a very reachable group of horses here in this spot.
Yeah, I've just got him with a question mark because I'm just not sure. And I did toss him in just in case for this race today. But Cassie's also got Blazing Bucaro in this race, who comes in off of nice work in 49 on December.
And Carnu gets a beautiful draw. Maybe we're all jumping off the Carnu bandwagon a little bit too early.
But guess who else is leaving? Fraser Abley.
Yeah.
And he's going to the 5, Blazing Bucaro, a horse that he's never ridden before. So there's a little bit of juggling going on here in race number 8 on the card. Let's go to the 9th race. 9th race is the optional 50 going 6.5. Oh boy. When this race came up and Jeff and I started to handicap it, we were like, okay, Society's Thunder, you got to show the replay. Because we had showed that replay of him last time, and then the races ended up being canceled. But then we were like, War Bomber for 50. That's kind of interesting too. Do you go to the horse who had the troubled trip last start out, or do you go to a horse like War Bomber who, is offered up for the $50,000 tag and could be much the best here?
The thing that I like about Society's Thunder is just the consistency factor. You know what you're going to get each and every time out. Here he is right now on the outside with the red cap, and now eventually on the far, far outside is going to come Lucky Score, who's going to cause some interference here late. And we're impacted. Awesome Bourbon, who we'll see a little bit later on in the on-track feature, gets impacted as well. You can really see it on the head-on. You can't really see it so much on the pan. But we're going to show you the head-on coming up right now, and it got really, really tight. And the one thing that Society's Thunder will never do is back down.
Nope.
He will just keep on going, and here's a look at him right now. And he gets the old squeezeroo here coming up, and this is not cool. And it costs him a position for sure, and it's going to come right before the wire, coming up right there. And then the awesome Bourbon gets jammed up in there as well. So, you know, it's Society's Thunder. He's been a bit of a hard luck horse this season. Yeah. Not only did he win a race earlier on the season, he got disqualified. He looked ultra live in a race and we had to cancel.
Yeah, I know.
And now he's in this spot, so hopefully he gets a chance to strut his stuff here coming up in this race. I'm very curious to see if there are any takers for 50 for Woodbine.
Me too. I mean, he's 7, so that would be the only thing you'd be thinking to yourself. Well, you know, he's going to be 8 next year. What, you know, is he still a stakes caliber horse or not?
And how quick are they going to go with Babbo and the Great Oz?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's 2-5 all day long. 2-5, 5-2.
Yep.
Right? And then the other ones pick up the pieces like Babbo or the Great Oz. But the storyline here is Society's Thunder and War Bomber in the 9th race. 9th race will kick off the late pick 4. A reminder, we have 12 races in store for you this afternoon as we go to the 10th. This is a nice little stakes race to wrap up the season. The Steady Growth at 1 1/16. You know, yesterday's stakes event just had like one standout performer in it, and that's exactly how it went. So, you know, as far as, sure, it's great, you know, to get that check, but from a wagering perspective, there really wasn't much work to do. You know, you just knew who the winner was going to be. But in this race, there is a lot of handicapping work that you have to do because any one of these horses could pop up and get the win.
Like the old Paramount Prince would have crushed, but I just don't think he's the same horse this year as he has been. He's if he was like an A, he's kind of like a B+ now.
Okay.
He's just slipped a teeny tiny bit in here, and he gets a new pilot here as Ryan Munger will take over. I didn't know where to go, Elise. Like, Cruden Bay, he had that big race off the layoff. I think No More Options is really, really good right now. Awesome. Bourbon ran terrific last time out. You've got Souped Up. Can he be effective going around 2 turns? Your buddy. Did you pick Jagger?
He's going to come running.
Did you pick Jagger?
I sure did.
Yeah, you got Jagger's got a gun as well. So we'll get to our picks here in a couple of seconds, but let's take a look at some stats and standings. And this stat is absolutely amazing. Rafael Hernandez has got more stakes wins than the rest of these individuals on this board combined.
You know what's funny? So we did a little, a little piece with Raph. He's gonna, talk about his season and where you can watch him throughout the winter months. And we had already known that he had like the highest percentage of wins in North America, right? In graded stakes races. Let's say for about 10 days at that stage. Raph pulls out his phone and goes, "You won't believe this." And it's because someone had sent it to him. Yeah. So he was like the last one to know. I just got a little giggle out of that. But yeah, we are so proud of Rafael Hernandez. And, of course, Cassie, once again, gives you everything you expect from this high percentage, big owner outfit with 12 stakes wins. And in the money percentage of 41%, Kevin with 44%. Look at this, Dale DeRusso.
That's the rising star on the board right there.
Yeah.
In this race here, I went towards Rapid Test. I think he's good right now. I just love the way he ran the overskates, and I think he's got a chance to repeat. And he can handle synthetic, he can handle turf. I know it just broke your heart not to go to Jagger, but...
Well, I got Jagger in there for 3rd.
And you would not be crying if you won.
I'm the only one who's going to use this horse. And I was thinking, Paramount Prince is perfect for him because he wants that pace to chase. Yeah. And we have, talked to Jagger's connections on multiple occasions who have said, this is what he wants now. He doesn't want to mess around early. He wants everybody else to go out there and do the work, and then he'll come late with a big run. And he gave us a really nice win last start out.
You got him at a good number, too, 6-1.
And I still think, that if with Paramount Prince and the speed that we know he's going to give us, that he could come with a big run.
Yep.
Might surprise us all.
Yep.
You never know. Yep. So that's race number 10, which is the Steady Growth. As we go to race number 12.
Last race of the year.
Oh, man. And they didn't give us an easy one, did they? Wide open 5. Now, we're going to, we did the mandatory jackpot high 5 payout yesterday. And of course, hopefully you guys were listening to Jeff because he was really concerned about that 7 horse being the lone speed. And you got exactly what you thought with Gimme the Boots. But we're going to obviously make it a mandatory again today, considering the fact that it's closing day. And I kind of thought that some of the better horses in the race have the worst draws. For example, Military Force, who draws the 14 hole in here. But wouldn't it be kind of fitting if Rafael Hernandez wrapped up the season with the last win on the program? You know, I liked Wilberforce last start out, and I'm not going to get upset about what happened last time because he was in a race that was marred with an accident.
Yeah.
But I will go back to him again. So it's 14-8 for me, and then Winston Blue. But there's an awful lot of horses to choose from here.
I tossed on to Winston Blue. I'm going to give this one the slight nod. It was a really windy day on that day, and he kind of closed into it, and Valley Victory was able to pull off the victory on that day. So this race is impossible.
Yeah.
It is really, really, really tough. Like that 5,000 claimers last race on the last day, that's like, remember when you went to school and they said your final exam is worth 50%? This is kind of it. Like, this is a tough exam here. And we got hours to try and figure it out, but it is tricky.
It is. Now, I'm just trying to think here, and I go back on your sheet. The opener on the year, the first race of the 2025 season, did Willie Armato win that?
It was Brooke Bays. No.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
It was Brooke Bays.
That's right.
And
yep, it was a female trainer.
Jenny?
Yeah, and that, you're right. You're 100% right. I just, for some reason, I think Willie had a winner on opening
Let's see if he had a winner on opening. So the winner was Bob and Jules. It was Kerry Russiani.
There you go.
Kerry Russiani. And you don't won the second race there. And this was a sign of things to come, was Danny Yu. With Whiskey and Ice.
Yeah, that's actually been a really good barn this season. Like, we were talking to some people about it too, and like they said, the quality of the horses that he's claiming are a lot better.
Yeah.
And so when you start to go for quality, you start to make money, right? As opposed to your patch and fix horses.
Yep.
So 12th race, we don't necessarily give you an easy one to wrap things up. Our plays of the day for this final day. Wouldn't it be a nice Christmas present if we could give you 4 winners? Who are your 4 winners today, Jeff?
Well, we're going to give it the old college try. And here's what we've got here. I've got Ada Claire coming up as my kind of pick 4, pick 5 key coming up in race number 5. We'll keep a keen eye on that one. I also have Society's Thunder as my best. I'm going to play a late pick 3 here. Society's Thunder, Rapid Test, and Yacht Boy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be my straight pick 3 for races 9, 10, 11. I am not going to play, if I play the late pick 4, I'll lead all burger in the last.
Well, I'm with you on Yacht Boy in the 11th race. But I obviously, my hurts kind of with Bachelor Pad, looking for his 18th win. Burketto made that huge impression for us. And Cairo Girl, I like that one. In race number 7 to win as well. I got lots of 4s on today's program. Yoshi is a top selection from our Woodbine TV producer. Bold Reload, a top selection from Ron Gearkink. 8-1, look at that. He gave us a price horse for closing day. And Cairo Girl at 5-2 for Doug McPherson. We have Clocker Horse.
Last one of the year.
Just one Clocker Horse. And then he made a lovely note, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from your clocking department. Fly On By from Mike DiPaolo. Okay, Mike had Watsonville Red win the 7th race on the program, and then he was kind of like tooting his horn afterwards to you, being like, I'm only about 3 months too late.
To win a mile and a quarter race.
Yeah, exactly. And then he looked like he was sitting on a winner in the next race, Arabella, and the horse was scratched.
The gate, yeah.
So, you know, it would. I would imagine they are likely starting to pack their bags to get ready to head down to Florida for the winter months, which is where we normally find the DiPaolo crew. Let's see if Fly On By at 6-1 can get things done for this outfit. Okay, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to look at some of our top moments of 2025.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Well, welcome back inside the studio. 27 minutes to go before race number 1 on closing day of the 2025 season here at Woodbine. And get your winter woolies on if you're going to go outside to watch the races. I noticed that Laurel Park is going to have shortened post parades.
Yep.
Looks like they're wearing their fur coats down in Oaklawn at the beginning of their season. And we'll be bundled up in our long johns and heated vests.
Big A canceled today too.
Ah, yes,
they had
canceled.
snow and cold weather too.
Alrighty, we want to take a look back at some of our
Let's
greatest
do it.
races of the 2025 campaign. It all kind of kicks off with the Oaks, of course, every year. This race, our big race for the gals, and this time it was No Time who ended up getting the win for Mark Cassie, and really the Cassie horses had the 1-2-3 punch, I think, in this race. He had a lot of horses in here.
And it's always great when you're able to have your horse peak for the race that you want them to peak for. And this was kind of what they strided for. They had the horse peak on this day. But you know what, Elisa? After this was never quite the same. Ran in the plate, was a bit of a disappointment there, and was just never able to kind of bounce back out of that. But boy, she was good on this day, and Johnny V came up to ride and won very, very nicely. So, yep, No Time, a terrific campaign for her, and she won when it mattered the most.
Yep,
the
that's
biggest
right.
race for the Canadian-bred 3-year-old fillies.
Well, and then, of course, we saw her come back in this year's edition of the King's Plate. Okay, this was amazing, because at this stage in time, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way Mancetti is going to keep going. He kept going.
He did. And if you want to buy him, you can buy him in January.
right.
You can buy a King's Plate winner. He's going to be going through the Horses of Racing Age sale in January at Keeneland. And he had a really good campaign. He ran terrific in the Prince of Wales. They took a shot last time out on the turf down at Churchill. Didn't have a great trip, but didn't go all that well. But he's probably going to be champion 3-year-old. He's going to get some consideration for Horse of the Year honors, I would think, at the end of the year as well.
Yep, Pietro Moran getting his first King's Plate, and Kevin getting yet another King's Plate.
Yep.
And for the Unwellings, it was their first King's Plate. And so very exciting all around.
Look at that hood.
I know,
that
that
you
hood
always
became
spoke of.
famous. There's something about whatever brand this hood is, it's not the horse. Like at first I was like, that's interesting. He's got pretty droopy ears.
Yeah.
But there's something about that hood that spreads their ears really wide apart and makes them look a little more floppy. Alrighty, we went to the Algonquin as another big moment on the Bet 365 turf. This was a cool horse, Sci-Fair.
This
Really
might have been the
cool.
performance of
Yeah.
the year. Like this turn of foot right here. And I remember just watching some people when they were doing their Breeders' Cup trip notes,
Yeah.
they were saying, wow, like when they were doing their handicapping, they go, look back and watch the Algonquin and watch the Sci-Fair. And then look what Sci-Fair did after this.
Yep.
Goes down to the Breeders' Cup and is able to win the
Won
Breeders'
it.
Cup juvenile sprint, and was a little bit closer to the pace on this day, and was a decent number too at odds of 4-1. So it's just so nice that we're able to see horses that race here at Woodbine go on to do good things. That's exactly what Sci-Fair did, but a lot closer to the pace on this. What a lovely, lovely horse, though, for George Weaver.
The other cool thing is that we had a couple of horses who used Woodbine as their last step before they went to the Breeders' Cup, and they were winners. But this
Look
is
how
a neato.
easy he wins here, too.
He's so neat. He is so neat. Yeah, looking forward to watching his career as it develops as a 3-year-old. And then back home here, this is the filly. We're going to look at that in slow motion. Sorry. One more time. Back home here. This is the filly who's really stamped herself. This is Piper's Gift. Now, at this stage in the game, she'd be the Oaks favorite, for sure.
Well, Dixie Law wouldn't be too far away.
Dixie Law would be right there, too.
Yep.
But
So Cornea Vlache.
that's
Corsia
true.
Vlache.
Yeah, we got to find out about that one.
Yeah.
Now, after Fire and Wine won at a wacky price, she has to still be a major contender as a plate horse too.
Yep. And what I love about this storyline is it's a Cheesewood Hornbred by a Cheesewood Stallion. But for a trainer that just got Cheesewood this year.
Yeah.
And
the Stallion's going to stand here.
Yeah, it's just
Yorkton.
so many just great stories when it comes to looking back at that particular storyline.
When we
with that
talked to
horse
Rob Landry afterwards, he said possibly there'd be a race for the horse down at Keeneland
On the way
before
back
coming
up,
up
yeah.
here for the 3-year-old campaign. But this is really it. Like, now for people like either the connections of Fire and Wine, the connections of this filly, like this winter is like.
Yeah, bubble wrap.
Every time you go to put them out in the paddock, like, please don't do anything. Please don't do anything.
Exactly. It's so true. So true.
Oh, look at this shot. They're coming into the paddock as we speak.
And Lisa, you need to keep clear of the horses. They may kick.
And
Have you ever been kicked by a
Oh,
horse?
I've been kicked more than
Yeah.
I'd like to. Yeah, not fun.
No,
Kicked,
that's-
bit, stepped on, all those fun things. Which is why I work inside a studio now.
That's right.
It's way more fun. Carpal tunnel and it's all good stuff. Any final thoughts?
No, that's it. It's just been a year that the unexpected happened
Yes.
more often than not.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
just like I didn't see Mancetti doing that. I didn't see Corsia Valache being that good. You know, just a lot of unexpected things happened for me.
That's horse racing.
Yep.
Expect the unexpected.
Unexpected, yep.
21 minutes to go before race number 1 on closing day of the season.